So in today's modern era, companies are strongly hunting for bigger customers. But at the same time, there are always few small customers who many a times might get less importance or sometimes get completely ignored. I remember when in my organization, one particular day, 4 employees received great appreciation just because they had taken utmost care of those small customers, despite being responsible for bigger customers too. And that appreciation included golden words. And those were, keep filling such white spaces, as this helps in customer retention. At that very moment, I connected the dots and realized, oh, there are n number of such small situations in life which we ignore or just take it for granted. And that ultimately results into trauma of mental health, depression, dejection, etc. For instance, my mom, Suraj, beta, go and get your watch repaired, no? Yes, mom, bas jai raha hu. And believe me, I would never go. And then exam time. अब किस मुंह से पूछूं मम्मी को कि मम्मी मुझे घड़ी अर्जेंटली चाहिए, एग्जाम है. I cannot ask, right? And then all those frustration, mood off will happen, which could have been avoided. I'm sure all of us at some point of time have ignored such small situations. So these small situations are the white spaces of our life that needs to be filled at the right time. Otherwise, they end up creating an unnecessary trauma. I remember when I was in 7th grade, my English teacher called me upon the dais and said, read the first page of the chapter she taught us the last day. Now, first time on stage, and that too in front of 50 approximate people. My mind was racing. And I was trembling with cold feet, extremely nervous. I went on stage. And believe me, I was not able to read a single line fluently. And few minutes later, giggling sound from all corners of the room. Haha, he cannot do it. Bhai tu rehn de. Tusse na hoga. Started. And that moment put me into glossophobia. That is fear of public speaking. It shook me from inside and I felt as if I had become the football of others' opinion. I went into depression. And since then, I stalled myself, refrained myself from speaking. But fortunately, they say time heals everything. And one fine day, I came across this beautiful quote that is, you never fail when you fall down. You fail when you refuse to get up. This quote motivated me so much that I felt if I fill the unfilled white space, I can come out of the trauma and move ahead in life. And do you know why? Do you know what happened then next? I realized, despite being regular push from my parents, Suraj, read. I would do all other things except reading. And hence, when the D-Day came around, I was not able to read a single line fluently. But then this dawned on me. And I decided to start reading every day. But वो कहते हैं ना, मैं भी इंसान हूँ यार. So it was difficult to mold myself initially. So I could not read more than very short periods of time. But then eventually I became habituated to reading. And then it made me the avid reader I am today. And not only this, I also started watching videos of great speakers to understand this art of public speaking. And after years of research, I got one beautiful club that helped me improving my communication and leadership skills. And learning all these skills made me worthy of the title Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight, the warrior of my organization. Yes, I was crowned as the warrior, as the Mr. Knight of my organization. And I would say that was a golden feather in my cap. So when I filled the white space, I came out of the trauma and got the success. So moving on to the another excerpt of my life, when I was in first year of engineering. First year of engineering, for first 6 months, I did not go home. Now for someone who has lived all his life in close-knit family, it was a pretty big deal. But here's the catch. Do you know why? Why I did not go home? Because from Pune to Nasik, it takes 6 hours. So that's 12 hours back and forth. I thought to myself, why to waste 12 hours when I can spend it studying? Yes, at that time, I felt it as a waste. And it made perfect sense to me. Believe me. If only I knew the huge white space I was creating by doing that. My intentions were good, but unknowingly, I did a huge blunder. I called my parents and said, I have leaves, preparation leaves, and I will prepare. I'll not come home because I have to study a lot. Parents, they became sad, but then they agreed. Because parents are the people in your life who are ready to do just about anything for you. Anything. So they wanted to meet me, wanted to talk to me, wanted to see whether I am at my best health or not. But they sacrificed. They sacrificed their all emotions. They refrained themselves from meeting me, from disturbing me. In my language, I did not realize their pain at that time. How difficult every minute would have been for them. I did not realize. And days passed. Days passed, and friends from my hostel who went back home to meet their family started coming back to hostel. And here things started changing for me. By seeing those happy faces, satisfied faces, I started feeling immensely homesick now. But now, only 5 days were remaining for the exam. So even if I wanted to go home, I could not. I thought this is weird. But no, something worse was waiting for me. Even being fully prepared for exams, I was not able to do simple maths calculations. I tried hard to find out the reason. But no, hard luck. I was not at all able to concentrate on these simple things. And then fear started again. And that trauma of mental health all over again. But somehow, I gave all exams in that situation and went back home. The moment I went back home, magic happened. The moment I stepped at the door of my home, I felt as if all my problems vanished. And I was at peace. I was at peace. So the trauma of mental health was again because of the white space I had created by disregarding the importance of family. So the key here is we should have proper balance between our professional and personal life. That is the key, my dear friend. That is the key. So I learned from that situation and then never let it happen again. Never let those white spaces born again in my life. But adding one more part of my life to this is on 20th August. On 20th August 2016, the most important exam of my career was scheduled at 4 p.m. Exam started on time. And as soon as it came to an end, I was supposed to slake my soul by clicking on that submit button. I was nervous, but I clicked it. I clicked it and computer screen flashed, failed. Yet again, depressed, dejected, demotivated, I felt as if all the hard work gone down the drain. And I lost those 20,000 exam fees. Exam fees was 20,000 of that exam. And I lost those also. I felt I lost the plot. But fortunately, my dear friends, I had this true friend with me, with whom I can share all my miseries, even in the stormiest waters. Do you know who that true friend is? My tabla. I went back to my tabla and asked, why is this happening with me? Why always? I asked all these questions in my mind to my tabla in this form. After playing tabla for a while in that depressed situation, I actually went into flashback of my preparation. And there I found I did all the hard work, but I missed something. Do you know what? I did not do the revision regularly and hence lost the plot just by 25 marks. So the unfilled white space here was not doing revision regularly. But the beauty here was my true friend, Tabla, showed me the unfilled white space. And beauty of this unfilled white space is once you find it, your trauma vanishes and you relinquish your own fear and debunk all the myths. So, books renewed, notes returned, and expedite preparation started again with a single goal in mind. That is to crack this exam in next 4 months. Again, I did all the hard work, but this time, filling those white spaces. Finally, the moment arrived. 28th of December 2016, exactly after 4 months, I entered the exam hall and I was supposed to slake my soul by clicking on that submit button. This time I knew 20,000 again at stake. But this time it wasn't just the money, but my self-esteem. This time it was my self-esteem, and I clicked on that submit button and computer screen flashed. Congratulations, you scored 100%. I felt as if I'm the king of the world and I can do any single thing in this world. And since then, my dear friend, since then, I stopped being afraid of failure and realized one beautiful part about this success and failure. That is, success is sort of insignificant without preceding failure. So, my dear friends, whenever you find yourself in depressed, dejected position or situation, or you feel as if you lost the plot, find your escape. Find your passion, where you can take your mind and find the answers. Eventually, you will find that unfilled white space. Once you find that unfilled white space, ball will be in your court, and you always can come out of the trauma and raise yourself to the next level. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you find such white spaces in your life? Can you? Thank you so much.